Hey everyone, I want you all to do me a favor. Imagine it's the first day of school, you walk into Follinger Lecture Hall, and you see hundreds of students around you. It looks full, it looks social, but you feel isolated. You're surrounded, but you still feel alone. So what do? You sit down, you take a seat, you pull your phone out, you start scrolling, you wait for class to end. The teacher says that everyone's dismissed, so what do? You pack up quickly, and you leave without saying a word. And you do this for every single class. Then after a while, after a couple of weeks, you walk into class and you see people talking. You see people sitting together. It feels like everyone has found their group, but you're still on your own, just attending class, not really a part of anything, just feeling kind of alone. That brings me to the problem. There is a lack of connection in college. According to Fredonia University, a connection is a meaningful relationship. It's a support system. It's people you can talk to, people you can rely on, just like your friends, your classmates, mentors. So why is it difficult to make friends? Well, not everyone has a built-in friend group. In high school, you have familiar people, but in college, you're in a completely new environment. Everyone is adjusting, and not everyone is reaching out. So it's easier to just stay in your comfort zone on your own. Especially in large lectures. Classes in college are designed for listening, not interacting. You sit quietly, you take notes, and you leave right after. People go the whole semester without talking to people near to them. So according to Inside Higher Education, accessed in April 2026, many students want a better social life, but they just don't know how to build it, showing it's a common issue. So what's the impact on students? Students feel isolated, disconnected, they have increased stress, and college feels less enjoyable. Students also miss out on opportunities, internships, clubs, leadership roles, and according to the University of Colorado Career Services, networking is one of the best ways to get jobs, and many opportunities come from it. So if you're not in clubs, you might not have upperclassmen guidance, no advice on classes, and careers get harder to navigate. If you take a look at this graph, the y-axis shows the percentage of students that shows the percentage of students, and the x-axis shows the academic year. And as you can see, as the years increase, students feel more and more disconnected. They feel more social isolation, and that kind of proves the point that students are having difficulties meeting new people, and it's causing them to feel alone. So what's the solution? The solution is to network and join clubs. Be intentional about meeting people, and it takes small steps to get involved. So why do clubs help? Clubs provide a structured environment. You have meetings, and the events are already planned, usually by the executive board or the people running the club. It causes people to have shared interests, it's easier to start conversations, and people already have something in common when they're in the same club. You meet the same people each week, and you build familiarity, and conversations become less awkward over time. So how does it work? You have consistent interactions, and you see the same faces regularly. This repetition builds comfort, these conversations become easier, and there's less pressure each time. Most friendships aren't instant. You start off as acquaintances, and over time you turn into friends, meaning you start small and you grow. So what are these benefits? Well, on the social side, you have friends to talk to. At Ike, you have people to eat with. You have people to sit with in class, and you have people to study with in the BIF. On the academic side, it helps with picking classes, helps finding professors that fit you, and especially on assignments, if you're struggling, you have people you can ask for help. On the career side, it helps you hear about internships. You can learn from older students like mentors, and you can build connections for the future that may span out even further out of college. So you might be asking, there's some barriers. Like, for example, I might have no time. But that doesn't mean you have to join. You don't have to join a club that's a big time commitment. Some clubs meet only once a week, around an hour, and they're easy to fit into your schedule. It's a small effort, but causes a big return. You might feel uncomfortable, but that's a normal feeling. Everyone experiences it, and that's why you have to start small. Talk to one person, ask simple questions, go with a friend that you might have, like your roommate, for example. And as you repeat it over and over again, it gets easier. So now I want you guys to visualize this after getting involved. You walk into class, you recognize people, you see familiar faces, and people recognize you too. Before class, conversations start naturally, and you're not sitting alone anymore. During the semester, you have people to sit with, people to come sit with you, you have people to study with, you have group chats for assignments, you can help each other out. In the campus, in a campus sense, The campus feels smaller, you feel more connected, and you have more of a comfortable environment. And for opportunities, you hear about internships, you hear about office visits, all these different events. You get advice from others, especially people who've already gone through the process, people who are older than you, and you feel more involved overall. So the big shift is that you're not just going through college, you're actually enjoying it. You feel like you belong. So to summarize what I talked about today, college students often feel isolated, but by intentionally networking and joining clubs, college students can build meaningful friendships, a sense of belonging, and unlock new academic and career opportunities. So all you have to do is start small. It doesn't need to be something overwhelming. Today, I want you to just introduce yourself to someone in your next class. Introduce yourself to one person that you're sitting next to. Be it a small conversation like your name, major, and class. Then, in the next month, I want you to go to at least one campus event, join one club, and start putting yourself in a new setting. Because small actions build over time, and one conversation can lead to a meaningful friendship, and one meeting can change your whole college experience. Thank you.